Hello everybody. In this video I'm going to be starting a thread, and this is called 10 questions for Beatles fans. So these are the questions that I made for myself. And so the first question is, do you prefer the Beatles or the Rolling Stones? And my answer to that is, I love the Rolling Stones, but I love the Stones, but I'm going to choose the Beatles. And question 2, do you prefer the Beatles or the Monkees? Now, I would choose the Beatles. I love the Monkees. I absolutely love them. Brilliant band, but I'm going to choose the Beatles again. And third question is, do you prefer the Beatles or the Hollies? Again, I love the Hollies. I'm just getting into them actually, and they're brilliant. I love them. Again, I'm going with the Beatles. And question 4, do you prefer the Beatles or the Kinks? I love the Kinks, brilliant band, but again, Beatles. And question 5, do you prefer the albums Rubber Soul or Revolver? Now this is difficult. I mean, I love both of these albums. I absolutely adore them. But if I had to choose, I would choose Revolver. But I do love Rubber Soul a lot. Number 6. Do you prefer Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band or Magical Mystery Tour? This is another difficult one. I absolutely love both of these albums. I love them. I love every Beatles album, as I said in my Beatles album ranking. But this may come as a shock, but for me it's going to be Magical Mystery Tour. And I love Pepper, but Magical Mystery Tour is it's always been a favourite of mine. Like, I play this album, I've lost count of how many times I've played this, but I just love this album. It's absolutely brilliant. This is a flawless album. I mean, Sgt. Pepper is flawless as well. There's not a bad song on there, but yeah, I mean, it's just brilliant. I love Magical Mystery Tour. And question number 7, do you prefer the White Album or Abbey Road? Now, I love both of these albums. Again, sometimes this could change. Sometimes I might say Abbey Road, but for the moment I'm going to say the White Album. And no, I don't think it's bloated. A lot of people say there's a lot of bloated filler on this album, but no, I don't agree with that. I think it's brilliant from start to finish. And number 8 is, what is your favourite Beatles album from their core catalogue? So the core catalogue is like their main catalogue. So that includes all of their UK albums, and also including the American Magical Mystery Tour album. So yeah, you can't choose compilations. So no past masters, no anthologies, or no US albums, except for Magical Mystery Tour, of course, which was a US release. But yeah, from the core catalogue, which one would you say is your favourite? For me, I'm going to say this is kind of difficult because this could change, you know. Sometimes my number one does change, but at the moment it's got to be the White Album. And then number 9, what is your favourite Beatles film? For me, it's Help. Love this movie. It's funny. And it's just brilliant seeing the Beatles in colour. People call this the colour version of A Hard Day's Night, but it's so different from A Hard Day's Night. It's more zany. Like, I think this was the inspiration for the Monkees TV series, I believe. I love A Hard Day's Night. I love Yellow Submarine. Magical Mystery Tour. It's fun, but it's not that great. But Help is the Beatles film that I watch the most, and I love it. Love the album as well. Music is just brilliant. And then the 10th and final question is: do you prefer the US or UK versions of the Beatles albums? Well, for me, it's got to be the UK albums because that's what I'm used to. You know, that's what I grew up with. You know. Of course, I wasn't around in the 60s, 70s or 80s, you know. When I first got into the Beatles, I didn't even know about the US releases until, I want to say about 2 or 3 years ago. And I've been a Beatles fan for like about almost like 10 or 11 years. And yeah, the ones I was introduced to was the UK albums, as well as the Magical Mystery Tour album. So yeah, it's the UK album, hands down. So yeah, so that's the 10 Beatles questions that I came up with, and I'd like to know what your answers to these 10 questions would be. And, you know, feel free to make your own video if you want to, and answer all these questions. You know, there's no right or wrong. So, hope you enjoyed, and long live rock and roll.